Yeah, I actually got to check that. I'm not exactly sure why those what's the names didn't go through, but I gotta hit the customer service. So in the meantime, we over here, uh, we got freedom of law, RDM chemistry. We got RDM chemistry in here. I got sincere divine justice knowledge coaching. Welcome to the channel. Supreme Seven Born. Peace to the God, Justice Born. Uh and Atif we got over here. So today we're gonna start off, we're gonna take it back. We're gonna take it back a little bit. We have the question of the day. We're gonna start off, we're gonna go back in the time to the question of the day. The God I be, I've been trying to get in touch with you. What happened to Clubhouse? I'm not I'm not I don't know what I can't even use it no more. Maybe that's for the better. That I don't even know what's going on, so I haven't been able to check anything out over there. Smell goods. What's the deal? So we're gonna first of all, the question of today is already a little bit of a blast from the past. And the actual question here is we taking this back a little ways. We're taking this back a little ways to, I don't know if some of the newer brothers may have never heard this kind of question. But here's the question, and then we're gonna we see what's going on. We see if we got some high scholars in here, and we're gonna see who is on point. You know what I mean? So here's the question: how many people are named by their proper name in 120 lessons? Of course, we'll be waiting. We'll be waiting. Look, every couple of moments. Matter of fact, let me put that up. Let me put this right here. Question of the day. Let's put this right here where everybody can see it. Light, visible, and CERN love. Welcome to today's programming. So this right here is the question of the day. How many people are named by their proper name in 120 lessons? So, for instance, right? For instance, W.F. Muhammad, right? That's the one. That's one off right there. That's one off right there. See, as opposed to original man, it's not a proper name. So we're gonna go into that. The God I be, proper name, like I said, W.F. Muhammad. We don't want to give you the answer here, but that's where we're going with this one. So, we're going to see who knows their lessons. Don't be Googling. Don't be Googling. We got some crazy numbers here, man. Wisdom 671. We're going to go into this. Light visible, I'm interested in what you mean by one. I'm interested in that one answer. Abdul Rahman. I'm on probation now, Rahman. Gotta chill out. But I was fasting, but my energy wasn't up. Stern Love says none. But the God I be, I am glad you're here because see, while we rotating on this question right here, I did. It's wild that you came in, so I'm going to ask you, what did you think of the these situations that have been going on in the news recently? These YouTube streets, as they're called. 7 years for Brother Polite. And I'm just saying that, on this channel, we've never been on Shinetter's channel, Shinetter's shows. You know what I'm saying? And in fact, if you recall, when all of this stuff started surfacing, in terms of what, he's got sentenced for, we even stopped referring to ourselves as a Hotep channel because of Jigga 1017. It's been a minute. Jigga 1017 also says one. I would like to, who's the one? If there's only one, who's the one else? Because that's very interesting. So the God I be said that dude got his justice. So Smell Good said the one. Well, you didn't put one. Okay, so the black man is God whose proper name is Allah. I figured that is what you would say. That's interesting. You see, who's the individual that you're identifying as that? This is another interesting thing that was on the news. Abdul Rahman, I gotta give you credit. That I did see this. The girl that got hit in the face with a brick. That, I mean, listen, fools, I mean, from what I understand, I mean, for me to hit anybody, right, in the face with a brick, that's got to be pretty serious business. I mean, that's a little bit out there, just in terms of to the younger brothers out there, I assume that whoever Smell Good said, black man with the proper knowledge of himself. Yeah, but see, the way y'all are talking is a title. See, a name, right, It's when I say your name, only you answer. And see, not for nothing, this is gonna come back up. This is gonna come back up. But I'm just talking about in terms of the question that I'm asking, right? If I say your name, only you answer. Steph, in terms of polite, the God Abi said he held out so he could not be charged with the sex offender charge. I mean, now look, that may, because I saw that aspect of what he was doing, right? And I guess to people who don't have any experience with law enforcement, that may seem, but I mean, everybody knows that, when you cop your plea, it's two lesser charges, and we also those that have had some experience, with the justice system knows that that's not a charge that you would cop out to. That this is we're going to trial on this type of charge. You know what I'm saying? I think, that the bigger picture here, is that I mean, do we have a righteous person here? Do we have a sincere person that's out there? I'm saying that in the past, right? The things that's going on right now put Jesse Jackson, you know, Reverend Knight, people that was known formerly, for maybe a little bit of grifting, maybe not being 100%, sincere with the cause or whatever. It's a serious thing, especially with what happened in terms of, if we out here and we saying that we teaching the babies, we trying to affect the babies, you know, this is the kind of thing, man, what I be saying. See, this is why examination is not just when you come. This is why it doesn't matter who you tell me you are. Like, see, everybody on this list right now, if you came here today, you would tell me what a good brother you are, how sincere you are, how much nation building you want to do, how much you want to learn mathematics, how much understanding you see. But, bro, can I experience that? Is there a neutral, unbiased party that has judged these things independently from you? Or is everybody just going on your word for it that you could build? So a brother comes in here the other day, he tells me he knows 120. And listen, nobody do this, please. If I ask you if you know 120 and you don't know it, say you don't know. He comes in here, he says he know 120 lessons, he don't know it. How did I find out he don't know it? When I ask you a degree. See, then you ain't got to tell me nothing. See, there's a certain signs where you ain't got to say nothing because wisdom is not just words, is it? See, I can see the outcome of your decisions and know if you wise or not. Know if you got knowledge or not. Know if you can see a clear picture or not. You see, you have these people coming around, right? And see, you gotta remember, man, all of this, see the magnet and the paperclip. Not saying, talking about any particular individual. You see, you let these people around you, man, and then they absorb your magnetic. B said, Dr. Umar said, polite is not the first to have sex with, impregnate, or marry young girls. Now, here's another thing. I'm not with the race to the bottom. I've never been that. They see, look, this type of motherfucker, look, you know, well, everybody else don't know their lessons. I never was one, I never was one that, you know, I wanted to use the example of the people who was failing as the example that I wanted to follow. That he could say that, right? Polite is not the first to have sex with, impregnate, or marry young girls, but Polite got up on stage and condemned a lot of those people for doing that. Hey, listen, I'm not trying to be funny, but you did this to God. I know it comes across as, but that's what you said. Okay, we're going to read it. See, when we say a proper name, we're talking about a name that is indicating a particular individual. Like there's individuals, right, with a history, a specific history attached to them, right? What they're called is their proper name. So yeah, I think that's a thing, man. That's a and that's way out there. That's way out there. I'm not suggesting, right, that anybody that's in this comment that if you came here today, right, that's possibly, the type of thing you would do. But what else might you do? See, let me tell you something. There is a price for stupidity. There's a price to be paid for being stupid. VC Rum. And you know that when somebody has a price to pay and you with them, you could end up paying that price too. See, I already did the knowledge to that. And listen, that is why, because remember Natural Tahuti? Does anybody remember Natural Tahuti? So now look, yes, got a heavy count here. He's up. You know, we had one, and now we got Just comes in with 11. That's that's pretty solid. You know, but I'm gonna tell y'all now. You know, I know. You know, scholars supposed to be scholars here. Yeah, but Natural Tahuti, you know, he wound up in jail too. You know, like after a certain period of time, it's like, yo, man. What I'm saying is, we got to look at that too. Like as people, we got to look at, you know, what is making us susceptible to these kind of individuals. Because in the last couple of years, like I wonder if there's a count on that. You know, you got people that have scammed millions of dollars from our community, right? Is there a count, like say in the last 5 years, right? How much have people produced? Because remember, a lot of these people, they selling salvation for our people through economics, through religion, whatever it is. What's the total? What's the total that they've scammed in that time? That's a little bit crazy. I'm telling you, man, that's the type of thing that you know, it sets all of us back. Brother Ben X, yeah, I don't know. You know, I have heard something about, you know, him being involved in some multi-level marketing thing, but I saw him do an interview where he I would say this the way he presented himself right then, uh, it didn't seem like he was in control of the scam if it's a scam. But just in general, that you know, that the world has become like that. You know, these people is not the first. You know, sucker's been born every minute. That's not a new uh terminology. The next, oh, the next got a crypto money too. Right, JT Pocket Watcher. I like JT Pocket Watcher. You know what I like about JT Pocket Watcher? He he looks like my uncle. But only when he take the glasses off, but with the glasses on, he looks like my uncle. But exactly though, that's where I saw the Ben X interview. That's where I saw, oh, he looks like somebody in your family too. That's crazy. But you know, that was where I saw Ben X come on, do the interview, you know, which was already, you got to give him some credit. That's unlike a lot of these people that get accused of these scams, you know. Look, DJ Envy too. This is what I'm saying. That it's not like one person. It's not, one group. What's the lesson there for the whole community? Because there's got to be something. Yeah, listen, it's real estate, it's crypto money, it's you know, credit, repair your credit, all these different things. And see, in general, see, even me speaking on it, it's one of them things where, yeah, uh, I want people to know that, look, don't do shit in your private life and then come around me. Like, don't have no plan, right? And then you trying to come around me to elevate your, status, to give yourself some type of cachet amongst people to do your scamming. And absolutely, you know, don't be around us, man, or around me, taking advantage of children. You see what I'm saying? See, I don't put it on here because they got restrictions on it. But I got people that come, drop their kids off, and go where they go. And that's because, they don't just do that the first time. They come, right? And then they see that I treat their kids like they would treat them. We don't, get bologna sandwiches, when the class is over, right? You know, depending. So now we get junk food, but it's, pizza pies, Buffalo Wild Wings, we drinking apple juice, things where, listen, there's people that tell their kids, listen, eat up because I'm not making dinner. Like, you're good. There's mothers that say, hey, thank you, man. You took care of the whole Sunday. And, y'all got him nice and tired. Y'all fed him. When he gets home, uh, he's ready to go to bed and I'm good. So, allowing somebody like that to be around me would be the death of what I'm doing, what I'm trying to accomplish. So for people that want to know, yeah, that's why the 5% we don't associate with us. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they are brothers and all of that. We might have the same knowledge and wisdom and all of that, but we don't see things the same. And the way we live might don't be the same. To everybody, whatever their culture is, man, but that's not my culture. So, I thought that was significant, man. I thought that, because he had the ear of the people for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And, at the end of the day, that's what, man is. Your impact that you having, how you're exercising your power, you know, that is that's some poisonous fruit to bear right there. Who was this here? You said you saw Anthony Oliver one day. Who's Anthony Oliver? But yeah, the girl who got hit in the face with the brick, first of all, I wanted to say this. I don't know, if that's like if this guy felt it was self-defense. Maybe he felt it was self-defense. Y'all had to forgive me, which I know I'm coming off the fast. So the brother that said he was going to have a cookout for the babies disappeared with the bread. Who's that? Yeah, but I don't know. Do we have any? I saw the young guy, Freedom, you know, uh, you know, first see, in order for you to be considered gangster, like I don't know if that type of thing. What the hell are you talking about, Abby? But getting to my point, right? In order for what you're doing to be considered gangster, you got to do it to other gangsters. Like I don't know, maybe he was so far alleviated he didn't. I don't know. Not saying that's an excuse, but just saying like, what is the what? I didn't even get the idea behind that. I know what you're talking about. Uh, I mean, well, I mean, he was exiled for that. You know, that's I'm not whatever that comes into play right now, but yeah, that's the part I'm not getting. Like, why is it that he hit this woman with a brick? Because I'm saying that, in my circles that I've traveled in life, right, you would lose points for that. They just, there's no, just that's what it was. You don't get points for that. You know, beating up old people. You know, I mean, that's pretty much. I've never even heard of that. Because and it's not. I'm saying I can't visualize it. Like I'm saying, did he throw the brick and it hit her? He or did you just walk up and whoop? what goes through one's mind, like that's just the first thing, that I would just want to get the message across to brothers. Direct mind, I'm not sure what you're talking. As W said, at my time, whoever was out there would have fucked bro up. I mean, look, in my time, even the people that was with you would not have let you do that. I don't know if he had people with him or not. You said, look up my sign on the brick situation. Well, your question is, why did your BX man, my son, come at black men? I don't know my son. But what do you mean come at black men? You said my son called black men cowards for not standing up for her. Okay, now we're at a different part of the conversation. See, the two things is full stop. See, that's what happens. A lot of things you can have two things at the same time, but they're separate conversations. They're separate conversations. See, because here's the thing, right? Would she have accepted protection before she got hit with the brick? Let me see if y'all picking up what I'm putting down here. Would she have accepted protection before she got hit with the brick? Which I don't know the scenario exactly how it happened. But I do know that there was a brother who, he claimed that he was there and that he was one of the brothers that, she was saying that didn't help her. Go ahead, man. Abdul Rahman, you said they said she was wild and talking crazy. Now look, that's what I heard too. There's a back and forth. Now here we go. Right? There's a back and forth. So here's my question. Would she have accepted protection before she got hit with the brick? God Abi said, I saw something on TikTok about this. It was saying that wisdoms do not have respect for the black man, but want protection. See, now here's the thing. Before she got hit with the brick, protection would have came in the form of, yo, sis, don't argue with that brother. Like, come over here, man, let him go. That's the form that protection would have came in. See, because let me explain something. There's a difference between protection and smoke. See, that's what I'm saying. Now, here's the thing. When my son says people is cowards, does he mean that did they step in beforehand and tell that sister, yo, Don't argue with him. Tell the brother, yo, chill, bro. It ain't that serious, man. What are you doing? See, that's protection. See, if I go to school, right? I'm walking to school and some cats is harassing me, right? Protection is prevention. So if I'm on the way to school, right, and some cats over there is harassing me, right? And I come to the block, I'm like, yo, man, these cats is harassing me, man. I'm just trying to go to school. See, protection is okay, the older brothers say, yo, you know what? Just walk to school with us, man. Don't worry about it. But see, smoke is nah, those motherfuckers is over there, they was talking shit, man. Let's go over there right now. And that is what I find a lot of women mean by protection. See, let me tell you something. Even in the gang life, right? You can't just go indiscriminately starting beef. Eventually, you're gonna get a DP from your own people because you're always out of pocket, causing us to have to risk our life and freedom. See, now we're gonna get ugly. It's not ugly, but it's this is look, it's been nice having this channel for a while, but we may get kicked out right now. We may get a little strike here. You see, this idea that men, is supposed to jump out the window and protect women. Listen, bro, a lot of people that be saying that shit is young people. And they're saying, yo, why don't men protect women? That never happened. Men never protected women that they didn't know. Not jumping out the window like that. See, first of all, when you go back to that time, most people didn't really leave their neighborhood like that. See, people, you might have thought that those people were strangers, but really they was from the same community. Wait, hold up. Is this true? Supreme Justice says, apparently she was clout chasing. She allegedly put saline in her face, went to a party wearing a ski mask to hide it, and then went and acted out as if she thought she got hit with a brick. Now look, I was thinking, right? Because this is what I'm saying. Like at the point when she's doing the video and she's showing her like none of these people are protecting me. Like, well, you on the Instagram right now. You don't particularly in. I mean, I was thinking that if I got hit with a brick, I might be reacting a little more. I might be a little more affected by that. You know, a whole other angle. But getting back to what I was saying in terms of communities protected all of the people in the communities. So you talk about, for instance, protecting women, but see, children were also protected in that system. Meaning that, you might come home and, for whatever reason, maybe your mother, had to work later, right? You know, Women in the neighborhood would say, yeah, come over here, till she come, feed you, everything. And so, of course, if that woman comes to the stoop and she's got bags from the supermarket, yeah, we all going to carry those bags. The woman, she might don't be my mother. She's not my girlfriend or sister or whatever, but she's, my man over there, that's his mother. And see, what's happened is that, a lot of the community has been destroyed because community is rules. Community is public shame. Community is the patriarchy. And so, what you're asking for are community benefits, right? From a community that you've destroyed. So see, here's my question, right? And like I said, we're not justifying, we're saying first and foremost that, bro, first of all, get the sip shit out your life. If her story is true, if he tried to talk to her and she didn't respond the way he wanted to, and he decided to hit her with a brick, stop simping. Forget about stop snitching. But here's the question. All the men that were standing around that she claimed did nothing to protect her, right? If one of them was crawling on the ground right now, right? Dying of thirst, would that woman have even spit on him? It's a question. Peace. That's a question right there. Can anyone that's saying everybody was supposed to jump out the window for her? In what situation would any type of equality be given? If you fell down, would they give you a hand to help you up? And so this is what I'm saying is, there's a community thing there that's missing, when we say why this is not happening. See, we live in different, at least in New York right now, we live in different where, it's gentrified now. It's not like back in the days where people lived in this block for 20 years. Like at one time, everybody up and down 7th Avenue, right? Somebody knew them. Like if it wasn't the firstborn that knew them, it was some young brothers that knew them. Like they was from around here, they went to school around here, their family was from around here, whatever they did was around here. But see, now you got people who just came around here from Mississippi. So a lot of that, listen, this is New York, where people don't even hardly speak to each other. You think people was jumping out the window for strangers? Like I said, you might prevent a situation and tell somebody, all right, look, go get somebody in your family. Whether it was a smaller person or a woman, if they got a conversation, you break it up, be like, look, go get somebody in your family to come fight this battle for you. But I'm not about to do that. When we're not in any type of community, like even when women say that to me, it sounds ridiculous. When they say, well, so you're saying that if you're not romantically involved with me and you don't find me attractive and you're not related to me, then you're not going to die for me? Does this sound illogical? I mean, you pretty much gave all the reasons why a person might feel that way. But if this development right here of saying that you actually, this is all fake, then we got to go back to the first conversation we was having about the charlatans in the community and how we can't respond. See, when people come around, that's what you be. I'm not going to respond to you emotionally because you say you like me. Because that's how the wool gets pulled over our eyes. When these are the facts, but you can appeal to some other emotional shit. Yo, I'm the God, man. Yo, God, we got to stick together, God. We got to support what we do, God. Yeah, but what are you doing? Can you tell me that? What's going to be the outcome? How is it going to affect me and all the other people around here? See, oh, now I'm hating. Now I'm trying to tear you down. Oh, now I'm doubting the black man. See, again, you want to be tugging at my heartstrings. These things is absolutely crazy. But it's just showing you what I'm saying, man, is that, see, we come on here and we talk about all these people and all these events, right? But look at the stuff that's happening right around us. Those lessons stopped being written in 1934. That don't mean no more lessons. What have people learned from the things what happened since 1934? See, because they put there specifically that was at the date of that writing. It says it more than one time, right? That this is manifested right now. In this time, right? With this knowledge and wisdom that we have right now, in the way people see life, in the way they live it. I'm telling you, man, you gotta examine these people, man. You gotta examine these people. You gotta stop equating civilization and righteousness with the knowledge of self. And that goes for the people that you bring around you. And it also goes for your own actions because, see, sometimes you walk around and, yeah, you being a good person, you helping old ladies across the street, but you ain't teaching that the black man is God. So stop saying you a 5%. That's enough about other people anyway. So we're back here. We'll come back to the question of the day. Unless anybody got anything to add on to that, But I think it's important, that people have this understanding that, first of all, people got to be examined when they come around you. But this is why you got to keep examining them. This is why we still ask you today's degree, right? Years, months, and days, even if we don't, particularly, but it's going to come up. Just because of the way that we deal with things, we deal with knowledge and wisdom. So we don't just speak on things out of ignorance, right? We speaking on them based on knowledge, wisdom, and understanding in our experience in the world, right? See, when I build with you now, I can see where your knowledge, wisdom, understanding, where your experience has brought you to. You see, people gotta experience every day. See, it's you gotta face those obstacles, you gotta face those four devils every day. You see what I'm saying? And look, it's like that in everything. Just like you got people that look, they did 3 or 4 bids, 10 toes down, then ratted on everybody. Got to examine. But now, to the question of the day. How many people are named by their proper names in 120 lessons? Do we have any last any last submissions here? Before we enumerate this here. So I ain't just fast. So I fasted for 3 days. Then I ate vegan. No, actually I had some cheese. So I ate vegetarian 2 days. And then on the 6th day, I fucked around and I involuntarily fasted because I was saying, yeah. So, yeah, I had to excuse me for this. What they call this when you eat at the same time? This is a mukbang. So look, I guess type 1 in the box. Type 1 in the box if y'all ready for me to run this down. Yeah. Type 1 in the box if y'all ready for me to run this down. That's good water. Speaking of vegetarian, I got a little salad right here that I actually you said the minister said it's one nation, us guys and earth and the FOI MGT. Okay, now look, you want to talk this and I hate to go back because we said we already came out, but look here. You know, you got Brother Polite. We not giving him no pass. But we are gonna play the little game there, right? We're gonna play a little game there. We're gonna play the game that I don't like the game, but we're gonna play the game, right? Listen, there's a white cat. I know his last name is Masterson. I think his first name is Danny. Right now, the story is pretty big, but you know he's pretty milk white. So he, you know, maybe you haven't heard of this, but he just got convicted. I think he got 30 years, two consecutive 15-year sentences, right, for R-wording women. He was on a TV show back in the days called That 70s Show. Not back in the days, like the 2000s, maybe early 2000s, right? And they were saying that during the peak of that time that he was drugging and violently R-wording women. Now, the reason I brought that up, right, because you brought up this FOI, MGT, MGCC, all of that there, right, is that the big thing about this is he's a Scientologist, right? And, you know, he had been doing this for years or whatever, but his family is a powerful Scientology family. And so because of that, you know, some of the women that he's doing this to, they are part of it. So his family is more powerful. And so the Scientology organization is covering it up. Now, I'm not suggesting in any way that the NOI is down with that or that they're helping them to cover it up. However, what say you about that? Because see, I'm not One Nation. We know people that's down with that. You know, not saying, right? Not saying that you did it, right? But it's just like, look, if I knew somebody that did something like that, right? It's not saying I did it, but guess what? I'm not gonna be friends with them no more. So now we're not One Nation with no partnership with Scientology, even before that happened. But just to say how it's all in one, so it's all in one bag right there. Okay, so oh yeah, the God I be that's another level. The acting Kutcher, the other dude, Danny Masterson, was also on the show. So here we go. Right? Does anybody want to write this down? I said you would type in the box. So we got Yakub Fard, Musa, Christopher Columbus, Salim Oriel, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Mehmet II, Ezekiel, St. Luke, Jesus, I John. Did we say Christopher Columbus? You said Christopher Columbus? Elijah Muhammad. Did anybody count that up? Jebus is not a person. The Jebusites was a people. And Salim and Oriel was their two kings. Did anybody, do I need to bring that down again, please? Did anyone catch that? Okay. So as W say, we run it down again. Right? Yakub, Fard, Musa, Jesus, Salim, Oriel, Christopher Columbus, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, Mehmet II, Ezekiel, St. Luke, I John, what could we learn? I left somebody out that time. We didn't mention. Did we mention Musa this time? We didn't mention Musa this time. So yeah, Musa, Elijah Muhammad. Now, I know about black people and chicken. Now, especially for the newer people that don't know 120, or the people that's just getting to know 120, right? What do you know about those people? Well, that was 13. No, we have part in the beginning. See, now look, let's go by the lessons, right? In 110, you got Yakub, right? The 136, you got Part. In the 114, you got Musa, then there's Jesus, Salam, Oriel, Muhammad ibn Abdullah, 9th degree, 10th degree, Mehmet the second. Then you got Ezekiel, St. Luke, John. Oh yeah, we left out Christopher Columbus in the 114. And Elijah is but yeah, Bard is definitely counted. Now, 14, right? And this was said earlier, right? Allah is a proper name. Well, what's the history of that person? Because at the date of that writing, who was they talking about? See, this is why it's a difference between the NOI and us. Because, like I said, Allah is a proper name, right? But if we include that name, then that's all of us. So there's a little fine line right there. You know, if you count it or if you don't count it, I can see both sides of that. But type one in the box if you know history on all of those people that was named. "13 names indeed. 14 if you count it up. Anyone? Because if you don't know who those people are, then how do you know what those lessons mean that they're talking about? How you know which one fits? Like, see, I'm gonna say Muhammad. Which Muhammad? WF Muhammad? Elijah Muhammad? Muhammad ibn Abdullah? B said I read histories on all of them. So I guess not everyone is well versed on who those people are. The Jeebus is for the Jebusites. Arabi, what's the deal? Arabi, you remember this question, right? Well, I mean, I'm not exactly sure with you know, you got proper names. Uh, you know, you got pronouns. That you identify a person. A proper name is a name that identifies you specifically. See, when you have a proper name, you have a person that a specific history is connected to. I'm not sure. Yeah, but then he's put grafted devil, made devil, real devil. You can't even give me one definition, maybe perhaps for grafted devil. But a real devil is any man. Can't be a proper name. Gee, don't get name. What is a person's name? I keep telling you, I don't make stuff up. I'm saying the regular English way. Like when you went to school, you're enrolled in there under your proper name. You know what I'm saying? It's not just any name. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people like that. My son was like that. Where in the house, we only call him by his middle name. So when he first got to school, they would call him by his first name. He didn't always answer. Nah, see, see, this is what I'm saying. You're not. I'm explaining that proper name has a specific definition. Like, so when you say, is it a specific person or a people? proper name has a specific definition. They see, you look, and this happens a lot, right? Where people come and be like, yo, remember we was building with the guy from Medina? No, God from Medina, yeah, is there people that fit that description, but that's not a person's name. That's what I'm saying. Y'all are, you know, y'all all say y'all got righteous names, but then y'all are talking now like y'all don't know what a name is. You know, that happens all the time. You know, the guy from Medina, the brown sea guy. Yeah, you just narrowed it down to a couple million people. You can't. He said that's most of the names in 120. Yeah, I don't know. This got a little bit all over the place here. But look, I noticed that as I keep asking, do people know who all those people are? We're not getting no answers here. We're not really getting no responses here. So I don't know. I think that might need to be the lesson here. That everybody needs to go and study up on it. Speaking of names, divine understanding born builds on having slave names. Does he mean changing your name legally? Well, I don't know what he built on. I don't know what he built on. Like, you gave me the topic, but I don't know what he said about it. Wise says West Coast Wise said he needs the list again. I don't know. We'll have to take votes here. Type 1 in the box if we should run down the list again for Wise. Type 2 in the box if you should just rewind and look at it for yourself. Yeah, but what did he say in reference to slave names? Now that's spelled M-E-H. Met is M-E-H-M-E-T or M-E-H-M-E-D. It is a Turkish translation of the name Muhammad. But Mehmet the second is he was the Ottoman. He was the Ottoman ruler that destroyed the Holy Roman Empire. And in that war that they was going back and forth, that was one of the tactics. Take devil's heads, put them on stakes. Tenth degree justice. Mehmet is the Muhammad in the 10th degree. Then the one in 14. Did I say he destroyed the Holy Roman Empire? He destroyed the Byzantine Empire, not the Holy Roman. Kind of two sides of one coin, but specifically. Muhammad in the ninth degree is Ibn Abdullah. So I guess y'all got some research to do. I guess we could cut this one. We could cut this one short because I see I got y'all good. I got y'all good with this question. I told y'all, man, y'all fucking with the doctor, man. I got y'all good with that one, didn't I? Wasn't expecting that. Look, after all this time, y'all thought y'all knew everything I know, didn't you? Mm-hmm. That's what I might do this year. Just go into the bag and pull out a couple more like that for you. You see, you just what's the name too to see if you know your lessons. Just to see if you're quick with it like that, because see, that's how you draw the understanding. And your mind is able to reference all these degrees, right? You know, from every angle and every direction. Like brother say, forwards and backwards. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, if we got any questions, now's the time. So tomorrow's class, I expect some research to be expressed.
Please. No vaina.
Like Robert said, you might have to go through the whole Crusades in medieval history. That's very important because a lot of times when you're dealing with, Orthodox Islam, religious Islam, general.
You can't still.
Yes, sir. Well, close the door. That's the time they're talking about. That's pretty much the markers of the medieval period. From the Muslim conquest, until they started to get the benefits of going out, Columbus's voyages and all of that. John the Navigator and all of those people, once they started to get the fruits of that, you know what I'm saying? The knowledge, the knowledge on how to build, the knowledge on, artistic things and all of that. That's what marks the beginning of the Renaissance. You know what I mean? So that medieval history, to some degree, is Islamic history. You said one could argue that John Hawkins is mentioned, but not by name. Yes, there's a lot of people that's mentioned not by name now. If y'all want to have that class, we see if y'all know y'all lessons again. But there's a couple of people that's named, or spoken of. I mean, from the very jump, when you come out with the knowledge degree, talking about me ain't put my name in it. I don't know if they ain't know how to spell it. I don't know how you have this whole paragraph about the original man and you didn't even mention my name one time. Yeah, General Monk, this is another person, not mentioned. Laban, Saladin. It says Buddhism. Doesn't say Buddha. Oh yeah, Buddha's another person that is referenced but not mentioned specifically. See, now y'all getting the hang of what we talking about. And see, see now we're building. See now you see in those others, see all of those people in those histories of those people is what's being spoken about in those degrees. You know what I'm saying? It's some of it may be mythological, some of it may be concretely historical. But either way, these are the people, those are the situations, you know what I'm saying, that we draw up to get a meaning from. And sometimes it's the other, it's not the other, but there's other facts and circumstances, right, surrounding those events that may not be mentioned in that lesson. But without you knowing that history of that person, it may, it may affect how you understand what that lesson is. Like without knowing the history of what was going on in America, right? Without knowing the history of what was going on in America, during the time of Elijah Muhammad's life until he got, until he became NOI, until he formed that, right? You might be at a loss to really understand why those types of messages was there. Without knowing that history, right? You might have a little bit of trouble understanding why he said the white man is the devil. Born said General Monk always say that's a real person. Never mind, you just said someone mythical. Hey, listen, we we said mention by proper names. Yeah, I John, all these cats is but they mention my name. You know what I'm saying? And whatever is the made up history or not, it does it has some impact, like you knowing the other facts and circumstances behind, what John was doing on the island. Like for instance, we was building on that degree the other day, right? And the brother was, his understanding was that I John was speaking that he was on the island of Patmos at the time when Yaqub was there. But Yaqub existed 4,000 years before Jesus. We going to bear with me here, boy. So how would I, John, have known about the testimony, the kingdom and patience? This is real life here now, right? In the testimony, right, of Jesus Christ 4,000 years later. So you got to know something about, what was going on there to get an understanding from it. All right, now let's coach it. Let me ask you a question. In your fifth degree in the 1 to 10, does it have land and water? Wait, what? Wise Prince said his uncle is my father, the man who didn't have knowledge of self. I am his cousin, the original man with proper knowledge of himself. All right, we're going to have to get into that. Let me see what Born got to say here, and then we're going to circle back. Born said Elijah had a whole mythology that went with his teachings, myth, or learning tools as well. And also that Elijah, he's the son of a preacher, and so these religious things is this is background. This is the way that he understands the world. And he had to account for what people knew as truth at that time. You know what I'm saying? Meaning, Elijah existed in a time when historians and archaeologists looked at the Bible as a reference book. So, you kind of see the same people, that you was used to knowing of from Christianity. They definitely didn't take that part out, in terms of, there's no verses from the Quran in 120. There's things that coincide, but there's several Bible verses in it. So, it's clear that that was the kind of means to whatever, to the end that he was trying to achieve. But yeah, Elijah, he gave his answer. That's one thing I don't, Elijah got to justify his answers. Was Elijah Masonic? People say he was Masonic. All of those experiences, of course, add on. Right, it's like the story of the boy who cried wolf. The story isn't meant to be factual, but it's the moral of the story that's the jewel, yeah. And that's kind of the thing, of us, that's what we did, is that we transcended those stories to get the meanings and shit. You see what I'm saying? Whereas the other people, they caught up in these stories, man. You know what I'm saying? And people want to recreate realities from thousands of years ago from a different place in a different time. You know what I'm saying? When you didn't have Facebook and shit, you know? Okay, so knowledge culture said it does have land and water. All right, now look, what you have is the supreme wisdom. Those are the those those are the Muslim lessons. Our lessons don't have skunk, and the land and water is taken out of the fifth degree. You know, as you move on through the lessons, when you get to your 1 to 14, uh, you see that your sixth degree says, why does the devil call out people Africans? And your seventh degree says, why is the devil teaching keep our people illiterate? A couple little things, I pick up on it because that's what we're here doing today. We're seeing how good we know the lessons. But so yeah, you need to work on that. Those is where'd you get your lessons? Divine said Elijah was teaching Islam through the Bible. You said which John is the wisdom God? You said wisdom. You said since it wasn't John the Baptist. Why are you saying it wasn't John the Baptist? Okay. You have the Yellow Book, Supreme Lessons of the Gods and Earth, compiled by God Supreme Allah, ordered from Amazon. Okay, where do we start here? All right. Uh, Supreme Lessons of the Gods and Earth. All right, now I'm aware of this book. If somebody actually came up here, what is that? Right. Let me ask you a question. Is the supreme mathematics in this book? Little boy, son, just make me laugh in the middle of trying to be serious, boy. Cut it out. While you answering that, we get to the next point. Now look, everybody, you can only do the best you can. right? You're only responsible for what you know. And a lot of times, how you get exposed to something, right? You see, boy, you gotta stop being funny while I'm trying to be serious. But listen, uh knowledge culture, this is a good, he's being funny here, but listen, this is very important what he said. He said, I bought the Five Deadly Venoms video on VHS, and I still don't know Kung Fu. You see what I'm saying? Okay, so see, it says here, you says, yes, it does have the supreme mathematics as well as 12 jewels in the supreme alphabet. Okay, the 12 jewels not our lessons. And see, the only supreme lessons, right, of the nation of gods and earth, the 5%, is supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet.
Look, get a body.
See now,
Fucking like I told you.
120 is for 120, right? Was it was written by somebody we consider a master. And so, in particular, we was given that by Allah, the course of study right here to say that, listen, this is what enabled me to develop my mathematics. So listen, all of y'all take this. But see, let's be clear. With the science of supreme mathematics, we could have went Bhagavad Gita, we could have went Bible, we could have went Tao Te Ching, we could have went to any one of those books, right, that tell you about positive and negative and what happened when they mix together. That tell you about good people and bad people, good ideas and bad ideas, and what's the outcome when people live them out. That's what 120 lessons is. That's what. Hold on for a second. Yo, yo.
I'm not caring about that.
Yeah, listen, God, can you go out there, please? But in general, that's the first thing. That as soon as you look at the title of the book, right, and it says the supreme lessons of the 5%, those are not the supreme lessons of the 5%. Then I'm telling you that your 1 in 10, the 1 in 10 that's in that book is the NOI 1 in 10. Like that's one of the most famous, well, at one time, right? That was one of the most famous things that Allah did was he took the skunk out of the second degree. And the reason, that was told to me was that the devil comes from the original man. So if there's a skunk in him, there must have been a skunk in us. Like that was something that multiple times, you would come to the rally and do more YD would manifest that. That that's why Allah took the skunk out the lessons. You know what I'm saying? In terms of the You know, the land and the water, that's in the 1 to 40. You know, so the 1 to 10 was left as baby food, you know, and you went into more detail in the 1 to 40. You know what I'm saying? But see, that's what happens when, you know, you buy it. You know, see, like I said, look, you know, whenever you bought it, you was trying to do the right thing. So we don't want to condemn you for that. You know, but you know, I did a video, you know, a couple of maybe 2 weeks ago about you have to continue to develop your knowledge. But see, sometimes when we out there on the outskirts, right, what we getting exposed to is things that, you know, children is running with. Said, so where can I get the right exact lessons? Well, where are you from? Los Angeles. Shit. Hey, listen, you keep watching the comment box. Listen, keep watching the comment box. Says from Los Angeles, Random Jewels Network. Keep watching the comment box, baby. That's, you know, but look, you just keep watching the comment box. You're gonna get the lessons, man. In the meantime, we're gonna move on. Anybody else? Anybody else got any questions? Jiggy 1017 was the question of the day answered. Yeah, we answered it. It was 13 names, you know, 14, you know, depending on how you want to look at it. The 14th is technical, but it's there. And knowledge culture, what part of Los Angeles would that be? Does your culture degree say Yakub and his grafted devils or Yakub's grafted devils? I mean, why do we run Yakub? Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah. Why do we run Yakub and his maid devils?
That's about hey, you got to follow me.
Saw some ones that said Yakub's maid devil. You know, I don't know. You know, I mean, see, it was important when I was getting into the way brothers explained it was that, Yakub provided the idea. San Fernando Valley, Van Nuys. Okay. Over a period of time, can we go over the histories throughout the student enrollment, the 114 and the 136? Yeah, I mean, it looks like we need to do that. It looks like we need to do that. Who is SFVOG?
It's a straight read. It's nothing about it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I mean that's I guess I gotta come in tune with that. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess we should start off maybe with that tomorrow. We start off with one of those history lessons, maybe which we touched on that. We touched on Buddhism and Christianity. He said, what are the names of the 14 firstborn from Medina? I mean, is this related to the 24 scientists here? I just want to know. I just want to know because we've also discussed that on here. You know, uh, just in general. Uh, I don't know. I don't know what 14 names. I don't know. I don't know all the names of the nine. Peace. You can. We from Sun Love. Oh, we did a video, historical figures in the lessons. Get out of here. We got so many you say, can I get the right lessons if I travel to the school in Mecca? Nah, you do better try and get the right lessons right there in Los Angeles. Cause see, if you come out here, I don't know you. I don't give you a lesson for it. What are you gonna do with it? You know, as we can see from, you know, we had a little part where we was talking about some of the brothers who, some people who have taken advantage of the community. And so the question is like, yeah, we can give you lessons, but what are you going to do with it? No, I didn't see the email address, but yeah, now it's coach. I don't know, miss, because sometimes you might send an email address and then YouTube might hide it. But see, you got to walk and talk with the people that's where you at. See, because let's be clear about this too, right? See, knowing what we know and being one of us is two different things. So see, if you just want to know what we know, then you're good with that book. You know, we didn't write 120 lessons. But if you're trying to be one of us, you're trying to internalize this knowledge, you got to walk and talk to people every day. You can't just meet somebody over here like you went and sat in a cave for 30 days and 30 nights, and then you came out with the whole fucking Quran. Nah, you got to walk. Nah, you got to swim 9,000 miles, bro, every day. So you get in touch with one, he's out there where you at. CERN love. What is YO? You from Yonkers? Okay, so you from Yonkers. I know people love him. So who's the firstborn in Yonkers? Nah, son, love, you're not the firstborn in Yonkers. You cut that out. Hey, knowledge coach, let me ask you a question. Did you know that there's a rally in Los Angeles? So let me tell you something about being God, man. You got to go outside and say you God. See, as soon as you go outside and say you God, people go and let you know, all right, look, over there with, with your brothers is over there. Go over there and see your brothers over there. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So you in the house getting 120 lessons off Amazon. And and it's something about the nature of the 5% that we're fundamentally, that's not who we are. We're supposed to be out here. See, now look, if we wasn't out here, a lot of shit, a lot of things that we do would be unjustified. But see, we out here in the street where the common people can see us and we can tell them that they God and they can ask them what we mean by that. So when you say like, yeah, this is a beacon right here, but this ain't no congregations going on up in here. We got to be out there. The people, look, the people, they can be dressed however they want. They ain't got the tithe. They ain't got the look. They ain't got to pay the whatever the Amazon fee is. They don't need an email account because we out there in the street, right? We you can see a motherfucker eyes is shifty. You could tell a motherfucker, his breath, his breathing pattern, you nervous. You ain't even let a breath out in 10 seconds. Where you can see a motherfucking chest vibrating from each heartbeat. See, all that other stuff, even this right here, talking on here, this ain't the same. You gotta be out there. See, I can do this because I got my stuff that I do out there. But see, if I was just doing this, then that ain't the fire. When somebody fall down, you gotta help them up. When you say, yo, motherfucker's supposed to eat righteously, they're supposed to see how you eat when you go in certain restaurants, you don't go in certain restaurants. The young got to see how you moving, how you get into certain opportunities, and how you avoid certain pitfalls. But you can't do that just talking in the house or in the temple or in the mosque or in the church or in the synagogue. You know what I'm saying? And fundamentally, as original people, that's what we need and shit. We don't need no motherfucker pushing no paper. So you got to look at that part of the reality, man. You know what I'm saying? God is seen and heard everywhere. And Los Angeles, California is no exception. Yeah, see, you don't see or hear nothing about NGE in California or Los Angeles County because you're not going out there being active. You see, that's how the 5% is. I take from experience. If you don't find them, they'll find you. If you outside saying that you God, you don't find them, they'll find you. See, this knowledge has been in Los Angeles, which I don't know if you know that, but it's referred to as Love Allah, by, the members of this nation since 1989. So, this is this is a part, like, look, see, and this is what happens when you get it off the internet. Yeah, you might get the knowledge and wisdom, you get those lessons, right? But you don't get the culture. You know what I'm saying? To use another example similar to the one that Warren used a while ago, I can tell you that people from this culture make this dish, or they make a dish out of, this animal or this plant. But you don't know what it smells like. You don't know what it tastes like. You don't know the consistency of it. So see, the same thing happens, if you getting exposed to the knowledge, but you're not walking and talking with the people, you're not. You said even all the videos of the rallies are back east or at most in the Midwest. But listen, what I'm telling you, right, is that you have to, you never gonna, that doesn't work. If it does, I haven't seen it. It's not the video. See, even though, look, what you got, like I said, you gotta correct that, right? But how many people around you got the knowledge? See, because in all reality, you know, I hate to get technical, but see, a 5% that's in an area by himself is not a 5%. Poor, righteous teacher, you disqualified. Look, you might be disqualified on the second one. I don't know if you're righteous or not. But if you ain't got no other 5%ers around you, you're not a teacher. So you can't have the knowledge and say, I don't see or hear anything about NGE around me. That means you're not making yourself seen and heard. How long have you been dealing with this? And see, listen, don't take this the wrong way, knowledge coach. But I gotta get you back on track. You see, like I said earlier, we could be emotional, and I could just, look at it and say, yeah, you're probably a good brother. And you probably are. But the full reality is, we can see all the death, hell, and destruction that's around us. And we think that supreme mathematics and supreme alphabet and living it out is our solution to all that death, hell, and destruction. To see if you're not on point with us and you around us, man, you could cause us. Not just us, individually, the people you around, but our whole community, the world, right, is dependent on us to do the right thing here. How do you do the right thing if you don't know what the right thing is? Well, how can you be sure you're doing the right thing if you don't know what the right thing is? Your name right here, let me tell you, man. When you say true and living, look at your name, that's the first thing you gotta live out. It says knowledge, culture. See, right now, and nothing wrong with that, but you acknowledge some of our wisdom. You fast 3 days for your adolescence? Almost 3 years. So yeah, you just look, time is time. I realize that reality. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't even possible to get the lessons on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? You know, uh, so these are the parts of the reality. These are things. These is and every time there's some things that get harder because once one form of establishment is not working on the people no more, then they got to step that up. And so the internet is one of those things, right, that they've stepped up with. If you don't know who you are, you can get lost in it. So now, this type of, you know, people getting the knowledge on the internet or, thinking you got it, you only experience us through the internet. That's something. So you fasted for 3 days before you got the. So who told you to fast 3 days? Yeah, see, Simone Goods had the same question. How did you know to fast 3 days? Born asking the same question. Who did you fast with and gave you the math? See, because I can already tell you, before you answer, it's not a setup. But why didn't this person give you the right exact lessons? Who's this person? How do they not know about the rest of the guys in Los Angeles? Ah, you heard it on Infinite's channel. Well, look, uh, these channels is made to affect people in a positive way. You know, they are. You know what I'm saying? And so You know, shout out to Infinite, you know, whoever was building on his channel that you know, gave you those keys right there. You know, but look, I'm gonna just leave you with this right here, brother. You know, I'm not, because you knew it, so I'm not gonna beat around the bush with you, right? This profile that you see right here, Church of Hip Hop and Financial Prosperity, is from Los Angeles. You click on his program, on his profile. You know, maybe, you know, put your information in the box or something where he can get in touch with you. But you know, look, you know, it's you know, it's no need to even continue to pursue this, being that now, you know, you said that, you know, you mostly, you know, you got this from the internet, you know, from watching you know, the different channels, and you know, buying the book, et cetera, et cetera. So look, you know, that's not right. You know, it's not that you're not right, that's not right. And if you want to get right, I'm guaranteeing you, click on Church of Hip Hop and Financial Prosperity and you straight. That's my brother. You know. Other than that, we're gonna just move on. We got any other questions here before we Queen Mecca, what's going on? We haven't seen Queen Mecca in some time. You came in at the end of the video here today. You know what I'm saying? But you know, we got any last questions? You know, we definitely, I guess, you know, we got, I guess we could do that. We could start, because this year, you know how I say, you know, we already went, now it's the born. So, you know, once this is complete, it's time to start predicting history for 2025. You know what I'm saying? You know, I guess, yeah, we could, you know, cover some more historical, you know, the historical realities behind the lessons there. Maybe we could get Encyclopedia Brown. Maybe we get Speaking of Encyclopedia Brown, how did I see? I got me all caught up. Look, I'm gonna say this, and then so it's nothing. It's no more wisdom. Arabi, wow. You know, God has gave peace to a brother. You know what I'm saying? I got news. You know, when it comes to this type of stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know, the historical realities, the scientific realities behind 120 lessons. You know, this brother was one of the first brothers that put me on, you know, to knowing that there was that many levels of this. You know, like you see this right here, say, who's the original man? Okay, original means first, man means intelligence, you know, but there's levels and levels. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that, you know, they got the DNA science now where, you know, you can show and prove who's the original man. You know, archaeology, it's all levels and levels that you might not have known that existed. You might not have known about the leakies or whatever it might be, right? You might not have known about Lucy. You know, they done predated Lucy now, but I'm saying during that time, you know what I mean? He was the first one that showed me the caves of West Asia in Cappadocia. You know what I'm saying? And he used to give out, he had his own paper that he used to write. You know what I'm saying? It was just, you know, he used to type it up make copies, staple it together, and give it out at every rally. You know what I'm saying? Robbie could tell you, we came to, like, that was, like, we might be having a conversation, like, hold up a second, let me get mine. And the guy should just give them out. No money. Not Amazon.com. See, check this out, knowledge culture. Knowledge the culture. He used to do all this research, you know what I'm saying, and just bring it and just give it to the young guys. And we grew off of that tremendously, man. You know what I'm saying? And got some news today that our brother, Lord Graceful Malik, returned to the essence, man. The guy used to be calling, you know what I'm saying? He used to be talking to Shamar, and he wanted to come on the show, man. Like, we had it all lined up. He said, "Oh, yo, every time, yo, dog, man, just call me, man." And so that's another thing where it hit me where it's like, yo, this is like, maybe the third person, like, in a row that was like, yo, they just was telling me, like, yo, dog, call me, man. Yo, we gotta get up, woo, woo, woo. And, I'm ripping and running. I'm thinking life is busy and shit is hectic and shit, man. And they ain't get a chance to speak to the guy, man, before this happened, man. But, Lord Malik, that's who taught Encyclopedia Brown. You know what I mean? So, when I seen how Encyclopedia Brown is with his history and research, you know what I mean? To me, it was a natural extension because of how I know Lord Graceful Malik, but shout out to the guys, and like I said, he always added on with the knowledge so much, man, with so many people that he surely can't die. So, he got that taken care of. But yeah, that was some heavy news that I got today. So we're gonna shut it down on that note right there. Not to shut it down, it's not a bad note. Like I said, things that get manifested on here, some of those seeds was planted, by Lord Graceful Malik. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, even, showing me the signs of the levels of research, and, that, this is not something like a handshake or something that you got with your friends and nobody else don't know what the fuck that is and shit. You know what I'm saying? That, this, what we dealing with, these facts are actual and seen and heard and accepted everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So, peace to the God. You know what I'm saying? Everybody do each one, teach one. Hit the like button. Tomorrow we're gonna expect at least some trivia that, y'all have researched some history on, the people that, we made a little list of the proper names in 120 lessons. And see y'all tomorrow. Peace.